What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
We drop them gems. What they do, people out there, how y'all doing? Yeah, we back with another one. Unfortunately, T isn't here today. She's doing better. She'll be back soon. So, I brought a special guest on, extraordinaire, all that and above. She's an entrepreneur, and I thought it would be good for you all to be introduced to her. So what you go by, lady over there?
I go by Dricka.
Dricka.
And I am the CEO of Quality Star Services.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you need any cleaning done with your homes, your businesses, doesn't matter what type of business it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you need the cleaning done, I can come and do it for you. You can reach me on social media platforms. Like my Instagram is blushing_beauty9. Facebook, Cedrica Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And my email address is qualitystarservices21@gmail.com.
Great. So they can reach out to you?
Yes, reach out to me and I got you.
Oh,
I'm the cleaning master.
Yeah, that's what's up. You're really good at it too.
Thank you.
So so this your boy DP, this my girl Dricka, and we Gemini Gems. That's Geminis with the S. Gems with a Z. And what we do?
We drop them gems.
So today, we coming with a topic talking about love languages. So she has the ability to clean. She has the ability to relay a message of purity to other individuals. And what I mean by that, by her cleaning and being able to be an entrepreneur, she has to have a certain type of language with individuals, learning how to, talk to them properly or professionally, and also leave them with a breathtaking experience far as like the end result, right? So that is a language. So we thought about this topic. Actually, she thought about it and she was like, I want to talk about love languages. So we're on that topic. So we're going to be talking about the words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. Okay, so she's going to come with the female perspectives, and I'll be coming with the male perspective on today. So I'm going to let the lady start first. Oh, my gosh. And I got to hear all this as it go by. But, she's going to explain it from her point of view, and then I'll do the same thing, how we've been doing before, all right? So check it out. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. Also, hit that notification button as well as leave a comment behind, all right? We appreciate you all for the love that we have received thus far. And thank you. We appreciate it. All right. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Thank you, DP, for that good introduction.
That's what's up.
So I'm going to start with physical touch. So physical touch I'll say in relationships, it's very important. You always have to make sure that, you let your partner know, like, physically that you are attracted to them, that they're needed in a way. And there's different ways you can do physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
It can be from hugging.
Mm-hmm.
It could be from kissing.
Mm-hmm.
It can be also you also can be like fit emotionally and mentally. You can emotionally and mentally show physically touch, and I'll explain that to you. So there's something called It's called oxytocin, and it's like an emotion that's released from the brain when, let's say, someone may be having like a anxiety attack or feeling like overwhelmed. Someone coming and hug them, that kind of releases oxytocin from the brain, which causes your body to calm down and not be so, up and shaky and feeling weird and everything. So
True.
that's a form of physical touch as well.
True.
It's mentally stimulating.
Right.
And also, that holding hands, just maybe a soft rub on the shoulder, whatever. Physical touch is important. Always make your partner feel as if, they're appreciated by, physically touching them.
Okay. Oh, you want me to go now?
I want you to go now.
So I concur with what you're saying as far as the oxytocins being released, because I have experienced that, and it's not all about just relationships, but interpersonal relationships with different individuals. Like, for example, my mom, I remember one time I was just down and out, and I just felt bad for whatever reason when I was younger. And my mom came and she just hugged me, and I felt a bit of relief, and I felt better actually. And I have some of my friends, they have said that to me. Oh man, your mom's hugs does wonders for me, and that's that physical touch that we all feel. Now for me, I'm gonna kind of say this. I believe these acts of love, of languages, are really like for women. So I'm going to bring it to the man, right? So what I said and what I had wrote down was basically that the physical touch is protection from the man's perspective. And that protection is like, providing shelter, providing what I put. So I'm gonna try to put my notes in the area where I can actually look down and talk at the same time. Keep negativity away. That's what I put, as well as guarding, being honest, faithful, intimate, in an open forum. So basically create the open atmosphere for women to be able, or as far as relationships, women are be able to be open with themselves. So that's how the man will bring the physical touch. Now, yes, we do be affectionate in certain ways, not totally 100% affectionate as far as like, hugging and kissing all the time, but we do it, I guess, when we feel like it's needed. We're not just going to walk around. Now, one thing I would do is like slap my girl's butt. Like if I, pass her by and stuff like that, I do stuff like that. I may kiss her on the cheek, or I just continue going on about my day. But I'm not going to sit up there and just start let me just make out. But I will do it at a set time, but not all the time. So yeah, we can go to the next one if you feel like it, or you want to expound back on it.
Yeah, I have something to say, because when you was talking about your mom hugs, and it just made me think about physical touch with children, with your kids. My opinion, it's the same thing. Show your kids the hug and the kissing, but the only difference, my opinion, once again, I feel like there should be a cutoff with it. Like, you shouldn't just be hugging and kissing your kids all day. You have to let them know, like, okay, that's enough for right now. We can, we could come back to it, but right now that's enough. That's enough of hugging and kissing. Go ahead and go play with your toys, or go watch TV, and come back around. We'll go again for it. But yeah, I think for kids, there should be like a cutoff for it. And yeah, that's really it. I don't want to sound like a mean parent or harsh, but that's just my opinion on it.
Okay. So when it comes down to kids, yeah, just show the affection and love as needed, because sometimes there is a way to be over lovey-dovey, if that's a term. But you can also too show tough love as well. But we're just talking about the physical touch. So, hugging them and letting them know, like with my son, sometimes I may pick him up and just rub his back. But then at a point, it'd be like, okay, that's enough. Let me put him down and let him go and be a kid. So I definitely get what you're saying. So, yeah, we can move on to the next one, which is...
So with receiving gifts as a love language, it doesn't always have to be like material things. It could be something that's something that you favorite, like maybe a bowl of ice cream, or I know you like, let's say I know you like a certain type of cookies, and I go out and get the cookies and bring it back to you. That could be a good gift as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be material things. And that's why I think I'm speaking in relationship point of view. Mm-hmm. That's why I think in some relationships, a lot of people think that receiving gifts are material things, and they don't value the other gifts that are being given.
True.
And they may be small, but small things can be thoughtful, and it can have way more reasoning behind it versus, me just getting a bag or a purse versus you getting me something that I can use on a day-to-day basis that's going to, help me out in a way or shape or form.
Right. So I definitely concur again. Gifts are not always has to be always a high price type gift in order for a person to appreciate it. It can just be something monetary or something just as small as let's say a keychain. Let's say, for example, you like keychains for some reason, and then I thought about buying your keychain with your name on it or your mom's names on it or something like that, using as an example. So what I put down as far as the man perspective, that's the provider in the man that provides the gifts or that gives the woman the gifts. The provider, of course, is paying the bills, giving her money so she can do whatever she feel like, getting her hair and nails done and stuff like that. Also, giving something is also a piece of happiness. Listening and doing commitment to provide. So I put that down. And as far as the commitment to provide, meaning I'm staying committed to providing a certain type of lifestyle. I'm staying committed to paying the bills. And I think the reason why I'm coming at this angle, because a lot of women do not appreciate what the men do that is like, is considered small. So, for example, if I was living with my significant other, as I'm living with her and I'm paying the bills, like I'm paying the mortgage, I'm paying the light bill, I'm paying the water bill, I'm paying her insurance, I'm paying her car note, those things, actually, she's not seeing me physically put the money into the account. But those things I committed myself to providing a lifestyle, acts of gift to continue doing that. Yes, I get it. Sometimes you say, well, a man, you staying in the house too. So what? I'm providing where you don't have to provide. You get what I'm saying? So, and not saying it's a terrible thing, or I shouldn't do additional things, but I think that particular gift should be appreciated instead of me having to go get you the bag or throw the big party for you just because, or we got to go get a section in the club, or I have to go and put down on a new Benz that we clearly can't afford. Those things are ways that men provide gifts. Okay, so and also too, I wanted to put down love languages that men receive, right? And the one I put for gifts was an add-on. So we add on to our significant other, and we help her get to the level that she wants to get to or be on, as far as the security, the protection, and all those things. And also, we love to receive pleasure. You get what I'm saying? So as a man, those are the things that we love to receive, and those things we consider as gifts. That's why you will hear some people who say, well, for his birthday, I gave him some 3 holes of pleasure, right? And then you be like, but then, men be like, man, that's not just enough, because I get that on a regular. But those are things we do appreciate as well. And I think as a man, we do let our girl know that we appreciate it. So that's my interpretation of it. So yeah, as a man, we provide, and that's our act of gifts towards our significant other.
Yeah, that was really good. I agree with everything you said on that part. Also want to just go back in what you said about being appreciative. I think that's like vice versa for the man and the woman. Never forget to be appreciative of the gifts, no matter how small, or if it was 99 cents. So what?
True.
Thank you, baby. Hug, kiss, thank you. Like,
True.
Still, it means something to them and to you for you to even receive that gift. So always be appreciative. Sorry, never like downplay the gift, because that will make the other person feel some type of way.
Now, while you saying that, right, I think about this too. Sometimes gifts that are received isn't well thought into. Like a man, and I think about it like this: a man barely receive gifts, and when they do, the gift should be well thought into, right? So it shouldn't be just a card with cash in it. It should be something that he may like, something that, and then with men, it's not that expensive either. Of course, some men like Jordan, some men like video games, some men like jewelry, and which can be pricey, but at the same time, those guys still appreciate the smaller gifts as well, because you can go and buy the man, some new fragrance of soap, and then he would enjoy that. Mm-hmm. As well as socks or ties, if you got the businessman. So it depends on the type of guy that you're dating, because even some guys, man, they appreciate you buying a bag of weed for them. You feel me? Like you, and I ain't trying to encourage all of that, but I'm just saying, like, some backwood guys appreciate the smaller things. Oh, babe, I got your car wash or whatever have you. Those are things that men really appreciate. But the thought of the gift had been considered, not just something like a bag of chips and then that's it. No, put a little bit more, finesse on there to woo him at the same time. Not saying he needs it, but at the same time, it's appreciated. Okay, so that's just the little add-on I wanted to add on to that.
Good one. That was a good add-on.
So we can move on.
So next we're going to talk about words of affirmation.
Okay.
This one, listen.
Mm-hmm.
This the one for me.
Okay.
This the one for me.
This your cup of tea?
Cup of tea. I'm very, the words of affirmation is like complimenting your partner.
Okay.
The I loves you, the I love yous, the encouragement, the empathizing, like the I love you once again. Like all those things are, all of them are pretty serious in a relationship, but I think also that because sometimes people tend to get like lost in the relationship, and they may feel like, okay, do my partner love me? Do my partner, enjoy me? So I feel like always just to keep that, and this is mostly women. I don't think men think like that. So let me say that. I think it's mostly women because we are in tune more with our feelings. So we're looking for someone to feed into that and to acknowledge those feelings. Men don't think like that. Man, you do what you got to do for a man, and you play your role. They know, like, oh yeah, she love me, she down. Mm-hmm. But women, we be needing that plus this, that, and all this other stuff. So that's us. But right. Just to I like to say I love you all day.
I guess you just stuck on I love you.
I listen, if I love you, I love you for real.
I don't know when the last time you said it. I love you. Gee. Okay.
Even well, me personally, still like it could be like I could just leave from around my boyfriend and he at work and I'm at home. I could just be thinking about the night before or just the hour ago he left me. I want to text him like, let's like, I love you, I'm down for you, you mine, I'm yours, and he be like, what you did, what it's coming from, and I'm like, no reason, I'm just letting you know, like I like to express and like verbally and let him know what I'm saying. So what I'm feeling, not saying. And also I'm not perfect at it, but active listening. That's something I'm still working on day by day. But active listening is very, very important when it comes to words of affirmation and also validation for your partner.
Yes.
That's those, yeah. Without those two, especially active listening and validation, it's gonna always be some unbalance. It's gonna always
you out
be
here dropping some
something.
gems, man.
Thank you. Let me drop some for myself too.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that's just my point of view on that topic right there. So what do you think, DP?
So for affirmation, what I have is the man version of that is flexibility. So how we are flexible in what we do, because men are not as wordy as that, like other individuals. I mean, well, our counterparts, our women, we are not as wordy. We won't use so much of our words, but the way that we would show it is through flexibility. And what I have written down is like, when we sit up there and go shopping with you, and then we say, girl, you're beautiful. Oh, that looks nice on you. You get what I'm saying? Just spending that time, as well as going to get something to eat. So, girls are more complicated when it comes down to it. But our words of affirmation is just letting you know, let's just go get something to eat together. Now, that may not make sense, right, to other individuals. But the way that I look at it is, what I'm doing is just giving you the confidence to choose a meal for us. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I look into it, far as the flexibility as well as the affirmation. What I also put down is sharing. We will share maybe our plate, and that's affirmation. Well, babe, I just want to make sure you're hungry. Now, mind you got your own plate of food over there, right? But you still want some of ours, and we'll let you have it. Sometimes, I have heard, guys be like, man, they over there eating like jailhouse. You feel me? Like jailhouse rules in effect. You feel me? So, open to new ideas. I put down, as well as adventure, creating a different life experience. So our flexibility to allowing the woman to, choose a trip. Or we take you on a trip. Let me put it like that. We take you on the trip. We do these adventurous things with you, is our way of showing affirmation. Because we may not literally say anything, but us doing these things is our word of affirmation. We may not say all the time we love you, but just, again, going back to providing. The providing is our way of saying it. And I get it. You want to hear it.
Exactly.
You want to hear it. But then again, you got to consider the type of man that you're dating, the type of person that you're around. If y'all not a conversationalist within your relationship, the man may not say much. Because I've heard men say, I come home to you every night. That should be my act of love. That should be me showing you that I love you. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know, but this is just the reality. Some men are not wordy men. They don't speak much. You get what I'm saying? So what you rather me say? I mean, what you rather me do? You'd rather me do it for you or say it to you? That's how you have to look at it. Because a man may not say the words, but he does the action. And that may be the difference. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to words of affirmation, because men can lie as well and say, I love you, but never show it. So our affirmation, and this is why I say the flexibility, is showing you that we do love you in our wording. You get what I'm saying? In our action more than our words. Let me say it like that. So that's how I look at it. As well as men, we like to receive, right, appreciation far as to from the woman. So yeah, we may not say it to you, but we love for you all to reverence us, to honor us, to stroke our ego. That's what I put. You get what I'm saying? Let us know that we are the man that, and because a lot of women don't do their part either. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you the man. You all women do not say that. And it's hard for you all to say it, but you all want us to either, not either. You all want us to show and talk to you. But our acts is a little bit different. You get what I'm saying? And okay, that's what I have for. I have some more, but I ain't gonna, it kind of deter us from the topic. But yeah, that's our flexibility is our words of affirmation.
Yeah, I want to add on to that as well. Like, I wrote down like things to avoid with the words of affirmation is not recognizing or appreciating the effort that your partner may be putting in. Like, you may complain, oh, you never tell me I look good, da, da, da. But also you have to remember the night before when he did say you look good and you ain't even acknowledge it or say, oh, thank you, babe, you look good too. Or True. Even telling him he looked good, and sometimes he may be looking for that just to return it to you. So just showing appreciation and recognizing when it's being done to you, not only when you want it, but also when he want to give it to you and the effort that is put towards it. Like, just acknowledge those things as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so we're gonna go on to the next topic. Not the next topic, the next point, which is quality time, which is also a vital key in a relationship. Quality time. You need that. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your point? What you think quality time is?
Far as what? From a woman? I mean, to a woman?
To a woman and man, like, what would you consider quality time?
What do I consider quality time?
Yes.
Is spending time with the individual. Meaning that I'm not doing so much of being in my phone, maybe not watching so much television. What else? But spending quality time is just like sitting down, like, and just talking, conversing, sharing ideas, bouncing ideas. So it's more like pillow talk, when it comes down to that. Now, that's the women's, perspective on that. Now, my perspective as far as men is we show our quality time in us being patient. So what I mean by that is that we are not men of many words, but we show it basically in action. So, for example, you're frustrated. I'm going to use you as examples. Let's say you're frustrated with your dude, and as you're frustrated with him, you go into a character of aggravation, frustration, bitterness, or whatever. And as you go through the phase, the guy is just sitting up there letting you just go through all of it, right? And he's being patient because he knows you're going to come right out of that, right? And I guess so when you come out of it, he'll say, well, okay, we got the solution, right? And then you like, hold on, but you didn't say nothing. Okay, so my mom and my dad, they had, my mom would not fuss with my dad, but my mom was saying her spiel with my dad one day. And this is something that my mom shared with me. And my dad used to sit up there and let my mom just talk, right? And as he was letting her talk, he wouldn't say anything. He'd just look at her and say, okay. And then she would go into it and then get herself right up out of it. Because what she said was, I realized your dad, he just was ignoring. Well, I felt like he was ignoring me. But actually he was listening, but he just knew I don't need to say anything. I should just let you go through your little spill, and then you're going to come out of that. And then my dad would say, okay, so what's our solution? Because I think this is the solution to the problem. So being patient, that's what we bear. That's what we hold, and that's what we possess. We possess the patience. So I'm going to throw it back to you, and then I'll go ahead and continue to talk about the patience for the man. So what do you think what you said quality time is?
Yeah, I think the quality time is the time together, like you stated, without the electronics, so no TV, no phone, no laptop, no nothing, just you two talking. And just having a conversation about what you want in the relationship, or what you want just for yourself in general, or as a plan together. And also it could be as simple as, like, y'all waking up in the morning, let's go exercise, let's go walk. That's also quality time. That's you two together, because you can't exercise with a phone. I like in your hand. You can't be on social media trying to do like 1, 2. You can't do it. So
True.
It's like that's a part of quality time. And also important, date nights. That is also quality time. And it's very important. Always date your partner. Never get too comfortable because it's yours. It's like, okay, I'm his girlfriend, he my boyfriend. Don't always think that it can't be taken away from you. Always keep that fire burning. So date nights, always. For me and my partner, I like to go on a date night. I try to at least once a week. It don't matter if we going out to eat, we going out to the club, we going to the movie. It don't matter. I just like to spend that time with him, and also with the kids as well. So I like quality time with him alone. And also, like, let's say some nights we don't go on a date night and we have the kids. We'll spend time with the kids, watch a movie, eat, have dessert. Then once they go upstairs and relax, then it's our quality time. Then we spend time together. So yeah, that's pretty. It's just as simple as that for me with quality time. I just like to be breathing the same air you breathing, and that's quality time for me. I don't know about other people,
but I think that some women, they feel like they have to have quality time all the time.
I mean, yes, some women, and I think also it may depend if, like, the type of mode they in. They may be going through something where
all
they
the
feel like they. Now, I won't say, I don't think all the time. I think you over-exaggerating. Majority of the time, yes. But we do have some women that are emotional roller coasters where they need their partner right there. So it may feel like all the time to the man, but it's because we might be going through something. And just your presence might.
But, right. I get what you're saying, and I'm not trying to cut you off. But all the time doesn't consider... all the time of asking of time isn't quality time. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I see it. Good because one. you can say that's quality time we're spending together because I'm going through. No, that's not quality time because we're not getting anywhere. You get what I'm saying? So what I had put down was with the patience thing is waiting with a lot of hope and positivity. Not negativity bringing us down, because you're going through whatever you're going through and not getting over it. You get what I'm saying? When it comes down to that, also expect growth, because with patience, it's just like planting a seed and watching it grow, not you staying, let's say, down and out. You know what I'm saying? While we are spending this time together. When we spend quality time together, it should be a relief and a great experience and a great feeling once we leave from that. You get what I'm saying? So spending time all the time isn't really good, because then something, and I always say this, something always go lack if you're spending all the time together. Or let's say just your downtime, meaning when you're not working, you're not dealing with the kids, you're not like just running errands, and you're spending time with a person. What are you all actually producing? Especially if you're in a relationship that has goals. are you all getting to the goals, or you're just worried about the quality time? You get what I'm saying? And then, I mean, that's just my interpretation of it. And also I put time, put a time in. So you were right with that, you know, putting time with the dating and all of that stuff. Well, I don't want to say stuff. So putting time with the dating, going out, sightseeing, traveling together. Yes, I believe in putting that time in, but don't go on a trip or don't go on a date fussing or end up fussing because you all did. Because if you don't get along in the house, when you go out, it's going to be the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's what you do basically indoors. That's how you're going to exhibit it outside of the doors. And that's, you know, over there a little bit. So I'm going to kind of come back. You feel me? So also, too, with patience and quality time, you solve the problem. You get what I'm saying? And that was going into, like how I was saying, you go into, the female would end up going into the situation, or my mom end up going into the situation, and she end up coming out right out of it. You get what I'm saying? So with the patience from men, my interpretation of it, this is how we spend quality time with our woman. And I think we have one more left, and that's the act of service.
Can I go back to something right there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Okay, so the quality time, and you just made me think of it.
Okay.
I wrote it down as well, but I wasn't going to speak on it, but
Okay.
you said it, and it kind of just sparked it up.
Okay.
Too much quality time, it lacks other things. And one thing it does lack, which is something very important, is your quality time for yourself.
True.
You can't always, like you always say, you have to have time for yourself to do what you want to do, what you enjoy doing, whether it's eating by yourself or practicing an instrument, traveling. My boyfriend love to travel alone. That's shade. But anyways, or even
can't even move on from there, huh? You want to stay on that one, huh?
Also, like just and practicing the skill, learning a new something a craft. Yeah, well, you can learn and possibly grow from that. Right. So yeah, your quality time with yourself is very important as well. So don't lack yourself trying to give all your time to someone. Right. And I had to learn that too, because when I first got in my relationship, I wanted all the time. Right. He had to tell me like, yo, listen, I still got this. I'm not doing what I need to be doing because I'm trying. You want me here, but right. I still got to take care of my business. Right. So I mean, it's all a learning lesson. You just have to listen and make corrective actions towards what's being said to you.
True. When you were saying, when you were talking about your action, I mean, not your action, your spending quality time. How were you able to establish your business unless you had time for yourself? You get what I'm saying? And I agree to what he was saying because it makes sense. If you sit up there and you're trying to spend quality time with the person, your significant other, if you're so busy trying to spend time with him, how are you producing what you're supposed to produce in the world? And that's why I say something goes lack. Mm-hmm. Not saying you're not supposed to submit yourself to the individual or you're not supposed to spend the quality time. But there's so many hours within the week. You're telling me you want all of it? There's no possible way that you can get all of it and then you produce something great out here in the world. Even when it comes down to the kids, it's impossible. So that's why you should make time. There's Ecclesiastes talks about, is it Ecclesiastes? No. Sons of Solomon talks about time. There's a time in the season for everything. There's going to be a time in the season to cry, weep, mourn, a time of joy, celebration, and all of those things. But you have to wait till that season comes. So even the seasons change, right? So you got to think about that as well and apply it to your relationship when it comes down to time. All that time cannot be spent. Like I say, all that time isn't time that has to be spent in quality time. if that makes sense. And that's just my spiel on that. And you want to go ahead and go to the next one, or you got some more to say?
I did, but
go ahead, say your spiel.
No, I was just gonna say, spending all your quality time with someone, it can cause also like have a bad and like a bad output on your relationship. Mm-hmm. Like you'll get bored. It's like it's nothing exciting or new you and your partner
like
could
that
talk
idea.
about.
I like that. Go ahead.
Because I saw probably like 2 weeks ago, I saw Tiana Taylor, the singer, the model, whatever she want to call herself. Her husband said that, he liked for her to go out about her day and experience things. So when she come home, she can come and talk to him and say, "Oh, look what I found out today."
I would just get ready to write that down. Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's good for. It doesn't matter if it's for 2 hours. It's good for you and your partner to get away from each other and experience y'all own day. So y'all can, when y'all come back in the house, and we can say, "Okay, well, how was your day?" And boom. If you having a problem with conversation, that's the way right there. You can build conversation.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can't build conversation if you laying up under him all day, right. And it's like, "Oh, what you did today? Nothing. Laid up under you." Mm-hmm. And he looking it's nothing.
Or you looking at social media under each other, and then y'all build conversation from that. But then after a while, hey, listen, I don't want to listen to somebody else's business. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So I do. So I do agree to what you're saying, far as, you going your separate way, and then you come back and you got something to talk about at the dinner table. And that's another thing I will always agree to, having dinner table talk with your family, with your friends. Well, I'm going to use family, having conversations at the dinner table. Now, one thing I know my household did, we may not have sat at the dinner table, but we may have been in the room watching movies and eating. But there came a point in time where we just used to sit at the table and just talk. Or we would stand in the hallway, like my brothers and I, all three of us would stand in the hallway and just talk, have conversation. And that's quality time that I would never get back. But at least we got the chance to apply it to our lives, like have it done in our lives. So spending quality time is not just going out and having date night, but what about just sitting at the table with the kids and, you and your significant other, and y'all just putting away the phones and just talking? Do we even do that nowadays? Is that even heard of nowadays? I know it's going on, but it's like slim, like 1% of people, half of that, 0.5% or 0.3% of families actually sit down and have no technology, but just have conversation. No movies, no nothing. Let's just talk. And everybody get a chance to say something. And I remember when we used to do that, there was a guy that one of my brother's friends ended up spending the night and saw us do it. He wanted to apply it. He still remembered that. I saw him out on the streets. He was like, I remember the time that, we sat here, we cracked open some crabs, and we just had a good time. He's like, man, I tried to go home and do that. My family was like, what are you talking about? We ain't doing nothing like So I'm going to come back again, right? So spending quality time is great, and it's just how you do it. So I think that sums everything up. And I'm not going to end. What I'm going to do is just let you do your spill, and then I'll just piggy off of you. So what else you got for me?
Okay, so our last and final one is act of service.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I thought we was in there.
Oh, you thought we were in there?
Yeah. I just thought, my bad. We got one more. Act of service. Oh, yeah, because when I was talking about it, you was like, no, I'm not done. I'm going to still talk about this quality time.
Yeah, so okay. I kind of went over with the quality time. That's what it was.
Okay, so
yeah, we have act of service, and act of service it could be many things.
Okay.
It's whatever you feel is act of service for you. Like for me, I think cooking, cleaning,
true,
massages, satisfying my partner sexually. That's act of service. And just like the thought, time, and effort, those are act of service for me. Like I show, like, I enjoy cooking, I enjoy cleaning, so it's really it's nothing for me to do that. But I also know my partner appreciate it. He likes it, he loves it, and he tell me, oh, thank you for washing the dishes, thank you for cleaning, like, because also I know that he may not have the time. Like, I come to his house and he still got the same dishes from the weekend. And I'm like, let me just wash the dishes, because obviously he don't have the time, which I know he don't. He have a busy schedule and he had to get his sleep in. So when we got the choice to wash dishes or sleep, he finna go to sleep.
Right.
So yeah, and also I remember once, I'm gonna give an example. I had wanted him to go to Walmart with me to go get some groceries, and he was like, no, I don't want to go. So I'm like, can you just go with me? I wanted to spend some quality time.
Oh Lord.
But he was like, no, I gotta do this, and I got upset, and we ended up getting into a debate. And he kind of told me, he said that's the whole point of a partner being in a relationship, so it can make the workload lighter for me. So that's why, so I mean, I hate it, but I'm the type of person, I understand after all the stones has been thrown. Then I'm like, dang, Dricka, you was wrong, he was right. But yeah, I got to get that together, because I have to learn how to be proactive, not reactive.
So I like that. I like that.
And yeah, that's really it. It's just making the workload lighter for your partner. So if I know he have something, he have to make see, my boyfriend, he make beats. He's gonna be the biggest producer out here one day. I'm telling you, okay. I said it. So that's yeah, if he out there practicing on his piano, making beats, I'm gonna be in the kitchen cooking dinner, or in the living room with the kids, or doing something not bothering him. And that's also something still I had to learn in our relationship. It wasn't just something right away I got it, because I used to interrupt him and he didn't like it. But it's something I had to learn. So when he doing that, I find other things to do. Like, even if I see him start washing clothes, I'm like, oh, you want me to help you? I'll help. That phrase right there too, I'll help. Can I help? It's also act of service.
Yes.
It's showing you're willing to give service if it's needed.
Right.
So yeah, most of the time he says no, but I still let him know I am available if you need me to. But he say no to that, but then he'll say, but you know what you can do, but still ask me to do something else, which is fine. But okay. Yeah, that's that for me.
Okay, so act of service, when it comes down to, I guess me, the act of service is when, your car needs to be fixed. Something heavy needs to be carried. What else can I think about? And structure. It needs to be brought forth, as well as building foundation. And that's the way I can generalize it. So what I put is consistency when it comes down to So when it comes down to act of services, it's consistency, right? So me being consistent and, let's say, dependability. You can depend on me to be there for you, is my act of service. So an example I can use is, like, if her car breaks down and then she's stuck in the rain, you know what? Let me drive over there, get in my car, take the car to the crib, fix your car, and I'll be back home. So that's an act of service that I will. Also, to protecting. So let's say if we were out and something happened that she could not see, I will protect her, which is another act of service. And it's being consistent in me doing those things. It's not like, okay, well, I can't do it because I don't feel like doing it. It's just the fact of some guys, they are very consistent with the things she doesn't have to worry about, or the things that she can't physically do. Like, if she can't open the jar, those are things that I will do. And like I say, with carrying things that are heavy, Let me see if I can just try to put what I wrote down into perspective. Coming home daily is an act of service. So some dudes don't come home, and like, for example, I use my dad. My dad, he's a type of guy. He wasn't a man of many words, but what he did was he came home every single day. And that consistency was an act of service, even to us, to know that he's going to be there, and let my mom know that he's going to be there. He's going to bring home the bacon, that phrase. And he was consistent in his action. I like this one. Content with you. So the action, not the action. Yeah, the act of service, right? Is consistency. And I hope this thought comes together. But I thought about actually somebody mentioned it to me. Some people need to be content they need to acknowledge that the person is content with you. They're not really looking out the window, across the fence. And this is the man's perspective. They're not looking around the corner, over the fence at somebody else. Now, not saying that guys doesn't say, oh, she look good, but that's all it is, right? And I'm not going to go that deep, but just the fact that the guy is content with the individual that he is with is an act of service, because he's not looking for more. And I say I'm going deeper is because this needs to be put in perspective. Our acts as men isn't always verbal, or always action. It is always action. Let me put it that way. It is action. And the act of me being like just content, like, girl, like, I ain't trying to look nowhere else. You get what I'm saying? I'm content with what I have, is an act of service. That's how I feel. That's me showing you, right, that I'm satisfied. I don't need to go nowhere else other than right here. What else I got? I put trust on there. Predictable behavior, right? Predictable behavior. And women don't like that. A guy that's predictable, right? So he's going to come home this time. He's going to do this. So that spontaneous type of attitude that girls want, like, I want my guy to be spontaneous and hit me. So let's say if you have a good guy, right, and that good guy has a predictable behavior, so he's consistent so much that he doesn't really like change it up, but what I'm saying is that the guy is consistent, which is his predictable behavior is his act of service. You get what I'm saying? That he's not going to switch it up. He's not going to be like shifting shadows. He's not going to be over here one day, over there, all over the place. Mm-hmm. The consistency is bringing the love, is showing the love, is showing his love language with the predictable behavior, the consistency. You get what I'm saying? The act of service. And that's my interpretation of the act of service when it comes down to that. So you have anything else to say?
Let me drop some gems for you, because you just listen. If I want, I could put the whole thing. Listen, but yeah, I was selfish with my gems, and he really he just said a whole bunch of gave a good bunch of knowledge right now, and I've been selfish with my gems throughout.
It's all good. It's all good. So since you doing the most, no, I'm just joking. So I appreciate you being on the show today. I love your opinions about the love languages. You giving your interpretation, even going a little philosophical or medical. You get what I'm saying? And giving your interpretation. I appreciate it so much for taking out the time from your busy schedule, your entrepreneurship lifestyle, for coming in and just sitting with us in the absentee of tea. And yes, for the fans, the haters, spectators, and to our Jews and aces out there, we love for you all to leave a comment. We love for you all to subscribe, like our videos as well. Check into us. Her information, Miss Dricka information, will be in the description below on our YouTube page. Check her out, as well as this is your boy DP. It's my girl Dricka. We Geminis Gemz. That's Geminis with the S. That's Gems with a Z. And what we do?
We drop them gems.
We drop them gems.